And now I'm going to go ahead and we're going to put the cap strips on, which is just 1/16 by a quarter. And the cap strip just goes from the back of the leading edge sheeting down the top of the rib. From there to the front of the trailing edge sheeting. So I'll put those on. I've got 1, 2, 3 to do on each side of the wing, and the whole bottom of the wing will be sheeted. So I'm going to start cutting the cap strips. I'm just going to take a piece of scrap 1/16 that I had left over from doing this. I'm just going to mark off 1/4 inch marks. And I'm going to cut out the cap strips as I go along and put them on the thing. So basically I'm just going to make a 1/4 inch mark, and I'll cut a few of these out. I've got this length just to go from inside the board there to past the trailing edge, and just right up to there. And I'm just going to make all my cap strips this size, 1/4 inch strips that size, and then I'll put them right in place and cut them in place, and then I'll have exact fits for all my cap strips. So I'm going to go and cut a bunch of 1/4 inch strips out right. Alright, I went out and cut out a bunch of those cap strips. So I got 6 of them right now for the whole bottom of the wing. And the way I cut the cap strips is I'll just place one right up against the frame. Now on the outside I'm going flush with the outside of the ribs, so I'm going flush to here. And I'm going to push it right up so it's nice and tight. And I'm going to hold it down here. And stick my blade right up against the back side of the trailing edge. And then I'll just carry my mark over. And then from that mark I'm going to make it just a tad bit bigger, because I want it to fit in there so I don't have to hold it. So by doing that, hopefully I got it there. If not, well then I have to hold it. I don't have to hold it. And just take a little Zappola. And you don't want to use a whole lot of glue, but you want to get the stick to the rib. This just helps the monocoat. Looks like I'm running out of Zap. I'm going to have to make a trip to the store. That's taboo. Alright. And I'll stick the piece right on there, flush it up to the sides, and hold it, press it down. And remember, I'm going to sand this down. That's just a little long, so I got to sand along right there. Let that glue seep right in. And there's a cap strip. Moving on to the next one, same method. There's a couple different ways you can do it. I can put the blade under it, put the blade on top of it, and to get a more accurate reading if you go on top of it and leave it just a tad long. So I'll hold that on. I don't think you want to watch it sit there and dry, so I'm just going to go ahead and do the rest of all the cap strips. All the cap strips are on, as you can see, flush with the edges on both sides. And then I just did the 3 in the middle here. Center sheeting is on. And did the other 3 cap strips right here. These are 1/4 inch by 16 cap strips. So now that all the cap strips are on, the wing is all sheeted on the bottom side. We're going to flip the wing over. And now, with the center sheeting, I'm going to go ahead and wherever we didn't glue before, so all the inside ribs here, I'm going to glue all this on the sheeting. Glue all this, all this, all this, all this. So we're going to glue all the inside sheeting, and then we're basically going to do the same exact thing on this side of the wing. There's a couple different techniques that you use because you can't get in from behind, so we're going to have to make sure we glue it good as we set it down instead of doing it this way. And the other thing we're going to do is put the servo rails in next. So you don't want to sheet till you get those in. So we got to get the servo rails in, and then we'll sheet the top of the wing, and then it is wrapping time, I do believe. I think that'll be it. Alright, cool. Oh, we got to build the airons. We'll build the airons right after we do this, and then that'll be done. There you go. One bottom sheeted wing. Looking happy. Looking good. You'll start and feel the wing stiffen up a little bit. It's starting to get nice and firm, good and strong. Ready for a flight of mine. God bless America.